This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. This is a sponsored message. I've been using Anchor as my podcast host for a while now, and it's been a pleasure to use. Anchor offers benefits that most other hosts do not. It's free to use, but it also has a collection of tools that allow you to create a podcast completely within the Anchor website or smartphone app. They distribute your show to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other distribution channels without any additional effort on your part, and you can make money from your podcast without any minimum audience size. So you can use it as a more traditional podcast host like I do, but it's also got everything you need to start a podcast from scratch. If you're keen to give it a shot, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's Friday, March 3rd, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From the Associated Press, Post Office buys 9,250 electric vans and 14,000 charge stations. As part of a larger move to shift its fleet to electric vehicles, the U.S. Postal Service has announced that it will purchase more than 9,000 electric vans and 14,000 charging stations. The USPS also announced it will be buying the same number of internal combustion-powered vans to fulfill what it called an urgent current need. The chargers will be installed at USPS facilities beginning in the 3rd quarter of this year, and this announcement comes shortly after another announcement last December that the agency will dramatically increase the number of EV delivery trucks in its fleet and will order only EV trucks beginning in 2026, spending nearly $10 billion in the process. From courts, Starbucks union-busting tactics are facing the heat. An administrative judge in New York has ruled that coffee chain Starbucks repeatedly violated federal labor laws in its response to a unionization campaign at one of its locations in Buffalo. The company reportedly monitored, penalized, and fired employees who attempted to unionize at this location over the course of 18 months, all illegal actions. This is just the most recent example of Starbucks and other major US-based corporations doing illegal or borderline illegal things to quash burgeoning unions within their companies. And though this ruling is not ideal for Starbucks corporate, the company is expected to appeal the decision. So we will see if anything tangible happens as a consequence of this round of union-busting efforts. And from Reuters, U.S. Congress votes to block ESG investing, Biden veto expected. A Republican-led bill that would overturn a Labor Department rule that allows fund managers to consider environmental, social, and corporate governance variables, often shortened to ESG matters, in making investment decisions, has passed Congress, but is expected to be vetoed by President Biden. This is notable because ESG investing concepts have become a sort of bugbear for conservatives in American culture war discourse, as it basically means investors can look at how employees are treated, environmental outcomes, and other such things when putting money into various companies, rather than focusing on just money-related issues. Republicans contend that this policy allows companies to bring left-leaning politics into what should be a strictly ones and zeros decision-making process. Though notably, the rule merely allows investors to consider such things, doesn't require it. While Democrats, though not all Democrats, as 2 of them, voted with Republicans to pass this bill, say folks should be able to put their money into companies that consider broader context issues if they choose to do so, rather than only thinking about their bank accounts when they invest. This is also notable because it will be Biden's first veto. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.